Having rough drafts for a course is good in my opinion. You can take your original works over the top with some constructive criticism and really improve on what you started with. Drafting allowed me to better my work and make the necessary changes to have exceptional designs and written papers. This is good for the development and sharpening of skills geared toward the future. The content of this course was fascinating for me, mainly because I am an avid gamer. I also came in with a good idea of how to use Adobe Illustrator, so this was exciting because I had a little bit of an edge. The course material did also lead me away from my comfort zone, but in a productive way. I now have some real good tailored experience with a handful of new programs. I will cherish that because a lot of college classes are just busy work, and in this course I actually learned something of value. There was not an overwhelming amount of reading, and I think that is what really kept me going and motivated, because I knew if there was a assigned to reading, it was of importance and helpful. Now, formatting a portfolio allowed me to showcase my work and also coach me on how to format a professional document correctly. I especially love the aspect of having peer reviews because you see how you stack up compared to the other students, and it really shows how people think differently and have unique ideas. As a higher level class at a good university, everyone is bright, so it's awesome to communicate with each other even during times of a pandemic and work to better ourselves. This is one of the few classes in my lifetime that I look forward to an assignment, and the main reason for that is the ability to revise and have another shot to make up mistakes if you messed up on your first time around. At the end of the day, all of our assigned work came together, and I saw that coming because the content was all related. I like the process of working towards a unified final goal, and that we have something to show for when the class is over with. I never thought in a million years I would have to write so much about video games. Some ingenuity mixed with a passion led to the end goal of having a well-balanced portfolio that I could be proud of. I built a virtual brand that was realistic and had actual meaning. The sequence of the assignments is what really tied everything together and made it interesting. It was like one building block after another, leading to an end goal. The target profile was an interesting assignment and showed some staggering statistics about demographics in the gaming world, as well as a lot of facts. This was stuff like who plays what and other numerical data around video games as a whole. Some of the information was shocking, especially when digging deep. We were given a sample to work from, and that was totally key. There were not much original ideas incorporated, but it did get the ball rolling toward building our own brand with the use of reliable sources. It also dug into why people play video games, something that was fascinating to read and understand. This was a good exercise, particularly because revisions were allowed, and they really worked out what was important to the study and what could be left out. These characteristics is what sparked the brainstorming that gave me the idea for my brand, Falcon Games. The naming and descriptive assignment really set the basis for my company and the work needed for my Spark page. It shows where our brand stands for and our original idea that we hope to change the baseball video game industry forever. Our difference is that we're compatible with all systems and not exclusively just on one like it has been for a while. This provided us with a mission statement, story description, and company goals. Our game really set us apart with new features that are unlike any other. This set the foundation and the integrity behind our vision. Kids need a good influence and something that will propel them to be positive and productive. This was a large part of building our brand. The brand identity is what really got our visuals and graphics going. We knew there needed to be good, bright colors to make us stand out, and that's exactly what we did. With the help of some Adobe programs, a simple vector logo was made to represent our brand. There were also some alternate text-based logos as well, using fonts we found within InDesign. There is some subliminal meaning behind the colors. The orange and blue represent a couple New York sports teams, and I am from Long Island, so that is where my heart is. And Falcon Games also will be originated based on that. After turning it in early, this led me to some good advice about symmetry and formatting that really put my designs over the top. Some of the tutorials introduced me to settings I had never seen before and really expanded my horizon. I noticed that social media has a plethora of marketing, so my message design posts were aimed towards that and billboards and posters. High quality images were used and good structural balance featuring game system logos, among other graphics. This was all put together to gain interest and a following. This was fun, incorporating another way of communication besides for talking. All aspects of the project come together to deliver a message in different ways. It is all about getting your point across in different ways and different mediums. I got into all the assignments because they were relatable and useful. The whole point of the course is to be creative and prove a point. For this portion, it was all around visual elements. We want our message to be understood. The portfolio does a great job of bringing everything together, and contextualizing really goes to show how far peer reviews and professor support works and helps us to grow. This class had guidelines, but we really did our own things and crafted good message design elements. Hopefully in the future, this could be useful for an employer to show what we are capable of. The portfolio is definitely something to show for a semester of hard work. Cumulative seems to be a good way to teach and makes everything easier to remember.